Hey guys, so what is up? RedPandaMining here. How you guys all doing? I hope you're all doing really well and having a really great day. You guys can see here I have a few new RTX 30 series cards, and I'm gonna try something different in the YouTube title. I'm not gonna have any like RTX 30 series or anything like that. I want to see if I get any hater comments in this video. Every time I have like RTX 3080 or like RTX 30 series mining rig or something in the title, I always get hate comments. So I'm gonna try it a little bit different this time, and I'm gonna see if the YouTube algorithm is actually picking up gamers or gamers that are miners and just pretending to have hate against miners. So yeah, anyways, I thought I'd start off with that comment as I've been finding it pretty funny recently with all of the hate comments. Anyways, so you can see here I have 4 new RTX cards, 2 RTX 3080s and 2 RTX 3070s, and these ones, okay, I'm gonna tell you right away how I received them. One is from Space Goats. All right, you guys know that he sent me a whole bunch of GPUs along with the 3070, which I bought off him. And then these 3 I was able to buy off a Discord member on the Dreams Escrow Discord service. So there was someone on there who had EVGA XE3 Ultra 3070 and a EVGA For the Win 3 3080 and an MSI Gaming Trio that they were wanting to sell me. So I said, yeah, why not, man? Thank you so much. We were able to do a trade and it went successfully, so thank you so much. I won't say his name, but yeah, he sold me these 3. Okay, so what I'm wanting to do in this video is to put these cards obviously to the mines, and just to show you guys, this whole rack here are 30 series cards. I've been gradually getting them for the past, I would say, 4 months now, and so I have 6 3080s on the bottom. I have another 3 3080s, which I am going to fill out with these 2 here. So it looks like I will need 1 more then to eventually fill out this 3080 rig. And then I have a 3070 rig here, and we're gonna add 2 of them to this rig today in this video. So yeah, I'm just gonna go through that. Very easy video today, and I wanna figure out power consumptions and stuff as well. Okay, so first things first, I wanna write down the power consumption for the whole rack of 30 series cards. So together, we are roughly at about exactly, I'm gonna say 2700 watts. Okay, so 2700 watts, and then I am going to shut down the 3080 rig, and then we are going to record the power consumption and then add in these 2 3080s, the For the Win 3 and the Gaming X Trio. Then we will see how much power we're going to use. I'm going to shut this rig down first, and then I will also explain the power supply situation that we will need to add another power supply. So I do have a 1200 watt P2 extra here, and we're going to have to utilize this 24 pin dual PSU adapter. All right, link down below if you guys want to see what I'm talking about on Amazon. So let me go ahead, shut this down, and we'll see you guys on the table here. Give me a sec. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys the GPUs first. Okay, so here is the EVGA For the Win 3 RTX 3080, and this thing is huge. Just take a look at that. It also has like a fan header on the back, which is pretty cool. And then there's also a BIOS switch on this one as well, right there. And also this has 3 8 pins, okay? So that is going to be, it was going to be an issue, but then I realized it won't, and I'll explain the power supply situation in a sec here. So here is the EVGA For the Win 3. Looks pretty good. There is the P caps and M caps, and here's the IO. Looks pretty standard. Okay, so that's the For the Win 3. Okay, now this is the MSI Gaming Trio. Take a look at that. This thing is actually just a little bit longer than the For the Win 3, and look at this guy. Okay, this one also requires 3 8 pins. Oh man, and just nuts. Just crazy. Look at this thing. And this one only has 1 MLC and 5 P caps, and it has a plastic backplate when I felt it. So it's definitely not metal. Yeah, this is definitely plastic. So I have a feeling this one might be pretty rough on the thermals, especially for the memory. But we're gonna figure that out once we plug it into the rig. And obviously if it gets lower mega hash, then we know that this one has some issue with the memory temperatures. Okay, let's explain the power supply situation, and I'll put it all in, and then I'll show you guys the final result on the rig there. Okay, so I have a 1200 watt EVGA P2, and I have 6 strands here. Okay, 6 strands PCIe, but we're only going to be utilizing 2 strands per 3080, okay, so 2 strands, and you guys saw earlier that each of these has 3 8-pins, unlike the other 3080s I have here. These are only dual pins on the XC3, the MSI Ventus, and I have a Gigabyte gaming OC here with 2 8-pins. So I thought I was going to have an issue, but no, I won't. I'm going to be utilizing 2 8-pin splitters on 2 strands, okay? So the 2 strands that go into each of the GPUs, because total we're going to need 4 PCIe for each GPU, all right, including the mining riser. So you see here, just to explain for you guys, in case some people will, you know, want to build the same rig, or, you know, just understanding the power supply, as you know, this is really, really important to understand that, you know, the 8-pin here, I'm going to be putting into each strand, all right? So one strand will have 1 splitter, okay? And I won't be using the daisy chain on the ones that have daisy chain. We're going to be utilizing the 8-pin from the single strand with a splitter going into the GPU, and then the other one will also go into the GPU and 1 into the riser, and that will definitely be enough, as the TDP for these on their website claim that they are 320 watts. So that should technically be enough for 2 strands from the power supply. And then you guys can see here I have the 24-pin splitter. So all this is doing is acknowledging the main power supply to turn on, all right? So as I am turning on the whole system, this power supply that's plugged into the motherboard already is just gonna send like a jolt over to this side and also turn on this PSU and the GPUs on that side, okay? All right, guys, so hopefully that explains the power situation. I'll show you what it looks like when it's all in. So let me put in all this right now, okay? Here we go, 3, 2, 1. All right, there you guys go. Look at that. Both of the 3080s are in now. And let me show you how I have the power supply cables in. So I've already explained, you know, that I'm doing 2 strands per 3080, okay? So there's another 2 strands going to the MSI Gaming Trio and another 2 strands going into the For the Win 3. And I just verified actually that these power supply strands from this EVGA P2 are 16 gauge. So 16 gauge can actually handle 300 watts, all right? I've verified this online with a bunch of sources, and yeah, the EVGA power supplies are really good because they have thicker gauged PCIe cables. There are some power supplies out there that have 18 gauge, and then some cheap scammy like Bitcoin mining PSUs might have 20 gauge, I've heard at some places. So just be careful, the gauge of the PCIe cables really matters. But anyways, we are safe to have 2 strands per 3080 because the TDP is 320 watts, which should be enough. All right, so you guys can see I also have a splitter going from each strand, 1 splitter, and have 1 of the splitters going into the GPU and 1 into the riser. I don't know if it's kind of dark, you guys can see that. And then I have another splitter that is going from another strand into the GPU itself. And I did something different here. I don't know if you guys can see this, but on each of these, you know, 3080s, which require 3 8-pins, I did stagger the 8 pins here, so you guys can see how I have this PCIe cable going into 1 and number 3, and then I have the second splitter which goes into the GPU and the riser in the middle one here, okay? So what I've seen in the past, and I don't know if, you know, most of the power from the GPU is going to be coming off this port right here, but I've seen some things online where most of the power does come from the 8-pin closest into the GPU, but again, I don't know if that's on this 3080 specifically or even the MSI Gaming Trio, okay? So I did the same exact configuration. I staggered the PCIe power so just so it like distributes better because I'm using splitters. Again, I'm not sure if that affects anything. I'm going to see, I guess, once I turn this rig on. Okay, and of course I have the 24-pin. You guys can see how I have the splitter going on from the main 24-pin on this PSU, and then I have the other 24-pin on this PSU. It just basically lets both power supplies know to turn on at the same time. Okay, alright, so that's it. I'm gonna plop this rig onto my shelf and all that good stuff, okay guys? Alright, so here we go. You guys will see this mining rig on the shelf here right now. Alright, all the C13 to C14 cables are in the PDU, ready to go. And the rig is in, okay? Network cables in as well. Okay, I need to record the power consumption with that rig off, so it's 19, 12, 19, I'm gonna say 1915 watts. Okay, so 1915 watts, and now let's go ahead and turn on the mining rig and see how it goes. So I know I don't have AC power on, so I'm gonna hit both are on. And okay, now I hit the power supply button. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Make sure there's no smoke, and look at that For the Win 3 light bar. Oh man, that's crazy. That is huge. Okay, the MSI Gaming Trio also has a RGB light bar as well. That is pretty cool. Okay, all right, I don't smell any smoke. Okay, it's probably gonna go in the Hive OS. All right, let me set that up, and I'm gonna see if these two GPUs are going to thermal throttle at all. Okay, so be right back. Oh, okay, so it's been like 11 or 12 hours, and I had major issues with these two cards, the For the Win 3 and the MSI Trio. So I've done a lot of things. I've done some BIOS updating. I found some BIOSes on Tech Power Up, and also I have also tried to test it out in Windows to see if these cards are thermal throttling, which they're not. This one's not. Actually, the MSI Trio, I believe, is kind of thermal throttling, but let me just show you guys what I mean here. Okay, so I've had this rig on now for about 10 hours, almost 11 hours. I got the hash rate stable, but there is an issue of the overclocks that I was not able to achieve on the For the Win 3. Okay, and the MSI Trio. Okay, so the For the Win 3 is in the middle there. It's getting about 95 megahash, but I cannot go any higher than 1500 memory. Every time I go higher than that, the whole rig crashes, the GPU crashes, and also I've also had to boost the core for some odd reason. So I've also tested this card in Windows, and it's not thermal throttling at all. The memory temperatures are under like 80 degrees Celsius, all right, with 100% fan. The MSI Trio is thermal throttling, actually, all right? It is getting about 91 megahash, but this one I'm able to do, regular overclock numbers without the rig crashing, so I can go up to 2200, but it'll stay at about 91 to 92 megahash. So that one I may have to do some thermal pad upgrade, even though there are thermal pads. I can see thermal pads in between there in the back plate, but I bet they are probably cheap thermal pads. Okay, so maybe in another video I will open that up and we'll see if we can make this one a little bit better. I'm surprised that this MSI Gaming Trio has worse thermals than the Ventus. Okay, you guys know my MSI Ventus one here, and it's able to get about 98 megahash. Like I can get up to 100 megahash on it, but yeah, it's at 98 right now. So I'm having issues with these two new GPUs, 95 and 91. I mean, they're still getting great numbers here, but not the greatest that I want. Okay, so it's kind of inconclusive right now. I'm really confused about this For the Win 3. I downloaded a bunch of BIOSes from Tech Power Up and it didn't work at all. And as well as the MSI Trio, I tried to put the MSI Supreme BIOS on it and it didn't work. Okay, so yeah, I have the F9 BIOS here from Tech Power Up, and as well I tried to do it to the EVGA, but that didn't work as well, okay, to boost the mega hash. And you guys saw earlier, I just did just a little, delta here. So it's about 510 watts we've added once we added 2 of the 3080s, okay? So there you go. So this video is quite long. I was gonna add 2 more 3070s to this rig, but I'll do that in another video. Okay guys, so let me know your thoughts. I will probably have another video trying to troubleshoot these 2 cards. I'm just unsure why it keeps crashing. I tried changing the riser, and I tried changing a bunch of stuff, and in Windows it would crash above plus 750 in the MSI Afterburner. Alright, so this GPU must be something wrong for sure, and I tried upping the power limit and changing the core. You guys can see my testing right here. I've done a lot of crashing and a lot of changing, and yeah, I also tested in Windows. Anyways guys, that's it. Let me know your thoughts, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one, and peace out. Oh, I'm gonna turn off the lights here. You guys can see this thing in the dark. Yeah, look at that.